This is a brief demonstration of site optimizing software that we're using at Haeger Engineering. Site optimizing software is a new technology in the civil engineering world that allows for automated site planning, grading, and cost estimating to be done in a CAD environment in real time at the initial project stage when you're just evaluating a site. If you're familiar with BIM in the architectural world, this software has some similarities with BIM. I wanted to do a quick demonstration here of a proposed retail site. And so I've got a 6-acre property on the screen here that has a topo survey loaded in. Those are the two things we need to evaluate a site, is boundary and topo. I'm going to turn off the contours for the sake of clarity. And I'm going to define in here a retail building that's about 25,000 square feet. And I'm just going to move this on the site. And the site planning tools here appear, to be like normal CAD, but they're different when I go to the parking field here. And so I'm going to put in parking lot in front of this retail building. And when I close up the parking lot, you can see that the CAD the site optimizing software automatically draws in all the parking spaces. And what it does is it uses all of these fields that we have defined for the geometry of the parking lot. So if I change the spaces from 9 feet to 10 feet, software automatically updates it. If I change the angle of all these interior spaces, it's automatically updated. And so this is the neat what-if power of the software. And this is stuff that just is very time consuming in a typical CAD environment that's done automatically. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take this building and I'm going to throw on a sidewalk along the front, and you can see that it pushed a sidewalk here, but it eliminated a lot of these, the parking spaces adjacent to it, and that's because there is a field property associated with the parking lot that asks if you want parking along the front, which I'm going to set that to yes. And there's my parking. I'm gonna assume I need around 100 spaces for this, and I'm gonna put in now a main drive lane for retail. We're gonna need access around the back of the building here for deliveries and service. And so I defined a route, and the software automatically drafts that in. And I can drag this stuff around and tweak it so that this drive aisle is right up next to the building. I can add in connection points to the parking lot from the main drives there. I'll add in another one at this side. And then I've got part of my retail site. I've got this area down here. I'm going to bring in another building. That's a typical corner pharmacy, and rotate this to orient it properly and drag it around here, and I'll draw another parking field around it. And you can see it draws the parking lot around the building. What I'm going to do is I'm going to assume that these are the two front faces of the pharmacy. I'm going to put a sidewalk in front and allow parking. And so then what I can do is I can drag the building around until the parking makes sense here. And I'm going to assume that this side of the property is actually the drive-through, and I'm not going to have any parking spaces allowed there. And so I've got a schematic plan here for this corner pharmacy, and I can draw in again an entrance point to my parking lot. Pick the right one here. To my access drive there. I'll add another one in front here, and what am I missing? I'm missing stormwater detention, and so I'm going to sketch in stormwater pond in the back here. So it'll be very narrow here. Open up a little in the back. And you can see just in a couple minutes I've got a site plan that's created that has the parking I need for each of these sites, and shows that it's feasible density-wise for this site. But what's really neat about the software is that from here I can take it another step. And some of the for visualization here, I'm going to change a property of this building to give it height, and this one as well. And I'm going to go into a grading solver here, and the software will automatically grade the site. And blue is fill and red is cut. And I'm going to change the display here a little bit so we're looking at contours. And you can see that these contours are kind of jiggling around and moving. What it's doing, it's creating a grading plan that respects the properties that we've defined. So the parking lots we have defined with minimum and maximum allowable pavement slopes, as do we have them defined for the road, for the green space, for the detention ponds. And so it's using all those rules, and it's creating a grading plan, and it's using our unit costs for cut fill and for site clearing and for retaining walls, pavement, curb, sidewalk, and it's giving us a real-time site improvement number. And so it's going to sit here and iterate for about a minute until it comes up with the lowest cost for site improvements here. And there it is. So we've got $347,000 of site improvements. And I can take and I can import the site plan as it is into CAD for finished drafting, or I can take the cost estimate and export that into Excel, and it'll have dozens of fields, a breakdown of all of these numbers, and we can tweak with the unit costs as we need. You can see I can bring in to the main view here the proposed grading plan for the property. And so within a period of about 5 minutes, I've got a site plan, I've got a grading plan, and I've got a cost estimate for this property, which is a perfect site evaluation tool. This is just a glimpse of what the software can do. I'd love to give you a demonstration, especially if you've got a site that you're working on that you need a little help with, or you think this could be a benefit of. Just give me a call, and I'd be happy to come give you a demonstration of the software on your site. Thanks for your time.